Hi there, I'm live at the mural Trompe Secret Waterfall and I'm racing towards the finish line. There's just a few days to go of painting and I'm really hammering it out to see if I can get it finished in this trip because it's a 4-hour drive each way and it's going to be a really long day, so I thought I'd wear my power t-shirt because I know I'm going to be working hard today to remind me that I can do it. I wear my old ancient Iron Man t-shirt. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's made major changes since the last time I showed you, and it's the last day that I've got scaffolding. So tomorrow the scaffolding's going to be taken away because I've basically finished the top half there above the platform, and so I've just got like a couple of little tiny little marks to make on the top there, and that's completely finished. So then they can take the scaffolding away and then I'll be able to see properly what's going on. So I'm not sure if I can zoom in. Oh yes, I can. So so that's a close-up view. It's changed a lot probably since the last time you saw it. I'll just wander around and show you close up the changes that have been made already, and today is going to be massive changes as well. So I'll just walk around. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm so lucky I've got beautiful weather for this weekend. There's a gorgeous stork watching out for the birds. It doesn't seem to stop the birds from stealing the goldfish, but the stork's having a nice time looking at the mural anyway. The sunlight in the morning's just starting to streak across here, unfortunately. But everything's changed down at the bottom so that I put more boulders in here. So the idea is that it looks like in this whole pond that the boulders have kind of crumbled and fallen out of this cave and then, you know, just sort of scattered around this pond here. So the idea is there's this distant land at the back. There's land at the back. We originally had a cliff face, but now it's kind of terraced back into the distance, which I'm going to improve the look of that a bit more today as well. And then today I'm going to be attacking the greenery. So there's lots of greenery in there in that archway, both on the distant cliffs. It's not cliffs anymore, it's more like terraces. On the distant terraces there's lots of tropical greenery going in there, and then there's lots of greenery peeking in around the edges of the cave, like there's trees in the mid-ground behind that cave opening that peek over the edge, and then lots of little sort of plants that peek their little leaves over the edge of the opening there. So a lot of that's going to close in again, but we've got nice layers by the time I do that. So a close-up on the things that I've changed majorly is, since the last time you probably saw it, is all this pile of boulders in here, inside there, and trying to make them look just like the real ones. That's a real one there. That's not. And they're not. But hopefully that's all blending in kind of nicely. There's no greenery in here yet, but I've made little marks with little numbers. So there's 12 little plants that are poking in amongst each of these rocks here. Nice bright green plants. So they're going to echo the, where are we? Like this sort of thing that's in the garden. I've got lots of reference things in the garden, so these little plants that are hanging around the edges of the garden there are going to get poked in amongst the rocks there. You can see one of them poking out just here. But there's 12 of them carrying across there, and then a great big lipstick palm here with bright hot pink fronds. Not fronds, the stalks are really hot pink. It's called a lipstick palm. And so they're the foreground plants. Today I'm focusing on this rear ground lot of plants that are inside that cave opening and peeking through the sky at the top. But yesterday I've been working for the last couple of days on getting all this rock put in here. It looks very different from the original design, but I've also changed the water. Now the camera's adjusting a little bit in there for the darkness, but it's actually, yeah, that was a realistic colour. That's probably more like the realistic colour, because I wanted to darken it down, still keep the transparency, but darken it right down so that it transitions nicely. That colour at the bottom there transitions nicely to the kind of, can't really see from this angle, but it's kind of like a darkish green colour in the pond. So I'm trying to transition into reality nicely here. And then a client wanted a bit more of the terracing effect down here. So I've redone the whole waterfall, the reflections, and then it transitions nicely into here, and I've retouched all of the rocks that are inside the cave as well. This bit of rock here has now come all the way down. That wasn't down all the way before, but I think it looks good on the 3D perspective now. But lots of work yesterday up here. Basically painted that whole area there. I painted that whole area there, and then this over in the last day and a half. I'm really powering this weekend to try and get this beautiful thing finished. And then this whole area of rocks as well, plus that rock over there. So I've just been, it's a bit of a marathon, so that's why I've got my Iron Man t-shirt on today to keep my headset, you know, my mindset kind of really focused on powering through. But I really like how it's turning out, and the clients were here eyeballing it yesterday, and they really love what I've done there so far. So today is a really huge day of mixing up a ton of different greens, so that I can get nice natural looking greens, you know, sort of matching all the real greens around here. Not sure if you can see, there's like lots of nice plants around the edge of the pond there. So I'll be matching these realistic greens, and because I've got lots of distance to think about, it's probably going to be a grid of, I reckon, about 12 different types of green I'm going to have to mix up before I get started. So it's just going to be the whole mash-up on my mixing bench over there. I've rigged up a little, in the shade over here, I've got a little bench where I mix all my colours up without spilling it on anything. So I'll probably spend the next hour mixing greens and then start bumping it in. There's a little tiny triangle, just here, there's a little tiny triangle of unfinished bit where I need to put a bit more light in there as well. That's not really meant to be that dark in that little triangle. So, that's my job today. Wish me luck, because it's a ton of work and I'm really trying to power through without having too much fiddle-duddling around, and just really like powering on. I've got a list of the things I want to achieve by the end of each day, and then I'm hoping it'll be all finished by Tuesday midday. So tomorrow morning all of this scaffolding is coming down, which I'm really excited about, because then I'll finally be able to see it properly. I'll just walk back. This is a longer broadcast than I was planning, but just wanted to tell you all about it. Coming right back to where the main viewing point is, right back here. This is where we are here. This is the kitchen, living, swimming pool, and then the beach is over there. Beautiful location. And then, so this is the main viewing point, the best viewing point for it. But to be able to get rid of that scaffolding is going to make a world of difference for me, to be able to step back and check that everything's working right. And I'm kind of working hunched over underneath. When I'm in underneath there, I'm kind of bent in two sometimes, and sometimes I pop my head against the top of the platform there. But basically everything at the top's finished, so the scaffolding can go tomorrow morning. So that's exciting. I want to see it without all that stuff in the way and get proper photos. It's going to be good fun. Anyway, thank you very much for your lovely comments, and I'll see you soon, and I'll do a check-in tomorrow maybe, if I get a chance between painting, to show you what it looks like without the scaffolding. Thanks for watching.